Welcome to another episode of Alan's Collection. Today we have a character from my childhood, from a program. I really don't know what to say, guys. I give you today Deep Space Homer from the Simpsons. Super7, guys. Let's begin. Ultimate Super7, The Simpsons, Deep Space Homer. Hey guys, for this part I was going to take off the sleeve, but I forgot. Okay guys, here we have the outer box. It's a classic Super7 sleeve box. And you can see the opening scene of The Simpsons here. Every time an episode started, you would see exactly this scene, guys. Very cool. And here we have the embossed yellow and black Simpsons logo, guys. And of course the clouds motif, the blue sky, and of course below you can see the name Deep Space Homer. Quite the artwork here, guys. Nicely done. Now, checking out the side of the box, it's of course an extension of the front of the box with clouds and blue sky. Now let's check out the back of the box. And here we have an artwork of Deep Space Homer. And of course the name of the creator of The Simpsons. Now let's check the other side of the box. We have, again, clouds and blue sky. And now we're back to the front of the box. And now you can actually see the figure itself, as this is a window box showcasing Deep Space Homer. You can see the extra head sculpts and of course the accessories. And below we can see the logo of The Simpsons and of course the name Deep Space Homer. Now, checking out the side of the box, you can see part of the figure, and to the right we can see the artwork. And now here we have the back of the box. We have Homer eating the potato chips. We also see where this character appeared, which was Season 5, Episode 15. And the original air date was February the 24th, 1994. Now the other side of the box, you can see again part of the figure and some accessories, guys. And that's it, we're back to the front of the box. Now, let's check out the blister box, guys. Okay guys, here we have the blister box, and you can appreciate the figure even more. You can see the accessories, you can see the extra head sculpts, really cool. Can't wait to take this figure out and review the figure and head sculpt, guys. Okay guys, here we have the vanilla pose for Deep Space Homer, and what stands out is that awesome helmet. Very nicely sculpted, but we'll be back to that in a moment. Checking out the spacesuit, it looks like the first spacesuits we all have seen when looking at the pictures of the 1969 lunar landing, guys. So this suit is very similar to that. It's painted in white. Fun fact, spacesuits are white as the color of the suit helps to reflect sunlight. Anyways, continuing with the figure, I like it that the spacesuit is baggy and bulky, as you know Homer is a little bit overweight. And as you can see, we have the oxygen outlets. It has a gray zipper, it's a silver zipper in the middle. I also like the pouches on each leg and each arm. Very cool, guys. Nicely sculpted. We can also see the US flag on Homer's left arm and the NASA logo on the right arm. Now, talking about the helmet, we can see that the helmet is transparent plastic and we have the white top. Very cool. And of course, inside the helmet we can see Homer's head sculpt. But you can actually remove this helmet to appreciate from a closer look Homer's head sculpt. So here we have Homer without the helmet. Now that we have taken off the helmet, we can appreciate the head sculpt. His white big eyes, his yellow skin, brown mouth, his small nose, really cool, and his couple of hair strips. As you can see, he has this thinking face. Of course, Homer is a very analytical person. And putting back on the helmet, you have to make sure it really fits well. You leave it nicely placed so it doesn't wobble or doesn't fall off. So that's it for the vanilla pose, guys. Let's check out now the articulation. Okay, guys, right now we're going to do the review for the articulation of Deep Space Homer. And I took off the helmet for obvious reasons. Okay, so let's start with the head articulation. You can move down the head a bit, and you can move the head up a little bit more. And you can move to the left, and you can move the head to the right. Now let's check out the torso articulation. We do have an ab crunch, but you can barely move it down or up. And you can move the upper torso to the left just a bit. And you can move the upper torso to the right just a bit too. The lower part of the torso basically doesn't move, guys. Now let's check out the arm articulation for Deep Space Homer. You can move the arm forward, and you can move the arm backwards. You cannot, however, move the arm out. There is no bicep articulation, but there is a single jointed elbow articulation there. And you can flex the elbow quite a bit. There's also hand articulation. You can move the hand up and down, and you can rotate fully the hand as well. Now let's check out the leg articulation. You can move the leg up a bit, and you can move the leg backwards. And you can move the leg out just a tiny bit. Homer has a single jointed knee articulation. You can bend the knee a tiny bit. And finally we have foot articulation here. You can move the foot up and down a bit. And that's it for Deep Space Homer articulation. Now let's check out the accessories, guys. Okay guys, let's check out now Deep Space Homer accessories. And first we have the interchangeable head sculpts, starting with a surprised face, like when Homer sees a donut and says, "Ooh." Next we have the yelling face expression, or eating face, like he's opening his mouth to start eating the potato chips, guys. Next we have the bag of potato chips, and I think this is my favorite accessory, as it's nicely sculpted and painted. It does seem to look as if it's full of chips inside, guys. It's nicely painted in red, and it says potato chips in the middle, guys. Really cool. And below we have 7 potato chips, to recreate the scene where Homer eats the potato chips while floating in the spaceship, guys. Next we have the Inanimate Carbon Rod, the reason why Homer goes to space, and basically the reason for that episode to exist is this Inanimate Carbon Rod, guys. And you know what's cool about it? It glows in the dark, just like this, guys. Very cool. Next we have the ant farm with translucent plastic, and of course the ants, the tiny ants, painted there. Finally we have the interchangeable hands. We have a couple of gripping hands there, guys. And then we have another couple of gripping hands, but more tight, to hold the Inanimate Carbon Rod, for example. And that's it for the accessories, guys. Very cool accessories. Mr. Burns was giving out the Worker of the Week award. And Homer wanted this award, but in the end, Mr. Burns gave it to the Inanimate Carbon Rod, infuriating Homer Simpson. To the point that Homer calls NASA to complain of the space launches, which NASA at the moment were very worried because they had lost support from the audience in space launches. So they were looking for someone that could help them. And of course, Homer, when he called, he fit the description and was sent to space. And of course, in space, Homer behaved like Homer, making a bit of a disaster within the spaceship, and the Inanimate Carbon Rod became a hero. So the Inanimate Carbon Rod became the Worker of the Week and a hero for saving the astronauts. Well, thank you very much, guys, for watching this review. Do not forget to like, give a comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you again on Alan's Collection.